Hi everyone and welcome to today's reading. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I am the Hermit Tarot and this is my YouTube channel. A massive welcome back to the family who are returning. It is so lovely to have you all here. I just realized you can see the thongs in the background there. That's so Australian. I'm going to leave them in. I know we call them different things in different countries, but that is just about as Australian as you can get. So that's incredible. Welcome. Now, in today's video, we're going to be asking Spirit for messages about your next intimate encounter. It's going to be interesting, I think, because I haven't done a reading like this in a long time. I'm so used to getting demonetized on YouTube for the silliest little things. So... and in some cases copyright striked. So I've been holding back from this type of content, but it was recently suggested on my Instagram story and I haven't done that many love readings in the last 6 weeks, I would say. So I thought, why not? Let's do it. Let's see what's going to happen next time you are intimate with somebody. Now, it's going to be a pretty detailed reading. I'm going to make a little list of everything that we're going to be covering, but the key things that each of these 3 groups will be delving into is who is this going to be with? How, in terms of how do you meet if you don't know them already? And then we're going to have a look at what. What is the intimate encounter? What is the spiritual energy that you can gain from it as well for those who are interested? If you just want the 3D details in terms of the flesh and everything that's happening on that level, then that's fine as well, because that's what we're going to be getting first. But for those who are more interested in where your energy is being exchanged and how you may be activating and healing one another, we will be delving into that as well. There will be an extended reading for each of the groups and I will get advice throughout. So each of the groups will have a pretty in-depth look at what their next intimate encounter will be. So without further ado, I think I'm going to go ahead and introduce these groups to you. Let me zoom in. Starting with group 1 over here, you guys have the Tarot of Curious Creatures by Chris Ann. This is a beautiful deck. You also have this beautiful layered heart crystal heart. Oh my gosh, it's not even showing. Lucky I checked the camera. So let me bring that crystal a little bit closer. It's a very pretty crystal. I've used it once before on my channel, maybe once, maybe twice actually. Now, this deck is beautiful in its own way. It's got all of these creatures that are like doing weird things. They're like human animals, I guess, for lack of a better word. So if you feel drawn to this deck, if it will stay in focus, or this crystal, you'll be a part of group 1's reading. Now, next we have group 2. So group 2 has the Tarot del Toro deck over here. And you also have this beautiful crystal as well. Now, you guys, I'm not a crystal person. I love them because of their energy. I have no idea what these crystals are, and I apologize if you are someone who was relying on that. I'm hoping that the appearance and the energy can be enough. But if you are somebody who is well versed in crystals and rock formations, please leave your suggestions down below for those who are curious to have a look and see if that's what this is. So very, very pretty little rock, this one. And the Tarot del Toro deck is something that I've used a lot. It's a beautiful deck. Very Guillermo del, what's his name? Del Toro. How did I forget? His name is the deck. Inspired. So interesting deck, interesting crystal if you feel drawn to either, or this will be your group. So you are group 2. Oh my gosh, look at it just escaping me like that. Let's go to your last group now, group 3. Group 3, you have a deck that I don't use often enough. It's called the Golden Universal Tarot. I used this in my extended reading on the last reading, but I don't use it a lot on this channel. I want to change that. It's a beautiful deck. It's giving very esoteric vibes and beautiful sort of golden foil on each of the cards. So if you feel drawn to this deck or this tiger's eye crystal heart, then this is going to be your group for today's reading. So please take your time, go back and pause it if you do need more time. It's very important that you select a group confidently. You may have messages in more than one group. That can happen with general readings. If that is the case, then I highly, highly recommend that you get something to write with and something to write on. So that you can write down the notes that are most relevant from each of the groups, okay? Now, if there is a group that you are feeling more drawn to, watch that one first and then watch the second one. But if you do need more time, pause the video now, or you're welcome to join me in the 1-minute meditation that will be playing after this. That 1-minute clip is designed to guide you towards your intuitive abilities so that you can intuitively select a group that you feel most drawn to. As I said, when you know which of these groups you should be watching, click on your timestamps in the description box below and join me in your reading. So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep, mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in. Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number, it may be an object that I showed you. It could be a specific color, it could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading. Hi my group 2s and welcome to your reading. If you chose this beautiful Tarot of Curious Creatures tarot deck or this very cute crystal heart, it kind of looks like it's been layered. I love this heart so much, to be honest with you. I keep packing it away and forgetting about it, and then every time I open up my little crystal bag and I see it, I'm like, I need to use it. So I actually picked your deck around that crystal. So I have a feeling that this has a lot of meaning in your reading. I'm interested to see how it comes out. For me, this crystal is associated with my root chakra, the idea of needing to ground, of needing to feel safe, and of needing to connect to your foundations, your values, including your health, making sure that you feel strong and healthy enough to be able to continue to be the being that you are. So let's put your crystal over here now that we've had that little spiel. My group 2s, we got a lot to cover today. We're asking Spirit about your next intimate encounter. I'm actually so excited. I haven't done a reading like this in so long. I'm so excited to have some fun and to just see what comes out for you because, yeah, I'm not too sure. We're going to start by asking Spirit, I've got my little list here, who your next intimate encounter is with. So let me put that to the side. Let's get some signs. Who is Group 1's next intimate encounter with, please, Spirit? Group 1, while I'm shuffling, now would be a wonderful time to get something to write with and to write on, as well as a hydration source. For my Group 1s, who is their next intimate encounter with? Spirit, please tune me into Group 1's energy. Guide me to give the most honest, clear messages to Group 1 today. Who is Group 1's next intimate encounter with? Okay, we got a quad. We got 2 cards. Okay, Ceres and Chiron. No, you don't. This is some big energies. We do have New Moon. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. New Moon at the back of the deck. Because this is giving past energy. This is giving like unhealed things from your past. So the fact that it's reversed and we have New Moon at the back of the deck tells me that you're likely going to have an intimate encounter with somebody who is almost a rebound, okay? Now, the extent of that is going to vary, but I see that you've been through stuff, and this person comes in after you've worked over some really difficult patterns in relationships. And I'm hearing from spirit that this isn't all sexual, okay? These previous pains and patterns in relationships had to do with your other platonic connections as well. Learning how to set boundaries, learning what you deserve, learning how to engage the right sort of energy from the people around you, and how to protect yourself from the things that you don't want to facilitate. So I'm hearing that this person comes in after you've probably healed from a previous relationship, and after you've had to do some pretty heavy self-work, okay? Whether that's completely diving into your shadows or a bit of self-care, it will vary because this is a general reading, but let's see what other cards can tell us. Spirit, who is Group 1's next intimate encounter with? I'm hearing you share shadows, so this could be very healing of a connection. We have Aquarius in reverse. Who is their next intimate encounter with? Group 1. Okay. Conjunction, Midhaven, and we do have Yod. Okay, I'll put Yod at the back of the deck. Can you see all those cards? Kind of, but not really. Let's do this, shall we? Oops, I've just tightened it. I bring you up. Oops, what am I doing? What is going on with this? There we go. And we'll pull you down a little bit. So that hopefully, oh my gosh, I'm so confused. Not me just not knowing my own tripod. There, that's a bit better. Okay. Okay. I could have always just zoomed out as well. I don't know why I didn't do that. That was way easier. All right. Group 1, let's get into it. So who? First of all, I can see that you and this person will have been through similar cycles with people. There seems to be a detachment emotionally at the time that the two of you connect. So you seem to be very focused on new beginnings, on the fact that this is a new person, new opportunities. But there is this feeling of not wanting to delve too deep emotionally, which makes me think that this is probably somebody that you're just looking for intimacy with, right? In a physical way. With that being said, the fact that we have Ceres here in the reverse position does make me think that this is a case of you wanting to just have your cake and eat it too. It's giving, I don't want to reap the repercussions. So let me just double check something with Ceres. I'm probably saying that wrong. Yeah. Especially because that is the dwarf planet of fertility. I do feel like there's this idea of just having something short and sweet with this person. They're likely to be somebody that catches your eye in a platonic way for Aquarius to be here. They could be a friend that becomes a new love interest. But if not, I feel like you'll meet this person in a situation where you can be friendly first. There is this very clean and cut vibe about this person, I'm not going to lie. So who are they? They're probably very friendly, very approachable, conversation flows with them, but I do think that there is this separation here of not wanting to take it into anything more. I'm hearing it is what it is. Now with Midhaven reverse, this does make me think that you don't see a future with this person. You're just there for the experience and for what it is. I think that this is a case of opportunity. It's just very bizarre to me because we have cards in these decks that could have easily said that this was going to be a spontaneous one-night stand, right? We have cards like that in these decks. Jupiter could have come out for a quick minute. Sagittarius could have come out, or even just a little bit of ninth house energy with some, I don't know, some playful Mars maybe, but it's kind of like this person is a big part of you taking advantage of a situation in which you've just finished working on something, healing something, and now you just want to let your hair down a little bit. It's like the potential could be there for Midhaven and Chiron and Ceres to be here, but you don't really want to look at it like that. You don't want to see anything beyond that. Especially with conjunction being here. You don't want to let them get too close to you. You don't want them to become more than what they are. So you put this person in a box. group one, and you go, you fit really nice in that box for now. I'm just going to leave them there. Now be careful, because this is a general reading. This could be this person's stance towards you. They might come across as somebody that's keeping you at arm's length, even though you want something more. So be careful, because if you're not on the same page, it could feel like they're taking advantage of you. It could feel like they're just saying what they need to say in order to get you into the position that they want to get you in, quite literally, sweet soul. So just be aware of that. And I'm just hoping that this is a situation in which you both agreed that you don't want strings attached, because the potential for something more is there. But I'm seeing very clearly that this person is like, no, that's not going to happen though. So I do hope that that is consensual and that you're both on the same page with that. Definitely keeping each other at an arm's length. Let's have a look at how you'll be meeting them as well. What cards could I pull? I might pull some more from this deck, because this deck has a lot more cards. How is group one likely to meet this person? The moon. Well, you're going to meet them at nighttime, that's for sure. I see the moon quite literally when it comes out. It's literally a nighttime thing. Is there any other information though? That new moon is coming in strong. Don't we have a new moon at this month in July? That could be significant. The new moon in the next month could be significant. I think it's the 23rd of July. It's supposed to be a new moon in Leo. We also have Libra reversed. So nighttime, Capricorn. A little bit of fifth house, so we're seeing some fun. We're seeing some fun with that fifth house, a night out, a playful night activity where you're going out to have some fun. Alcohol doesn't have to be involved. I know I bring that up a lot in my readings. It's because the drinking culture is very strong here in Australia. It's quite common for people to have alcohol involved in these sorts of things. But for those who don't partake, it's not necessary. I'm just seeing a lot of fun. This could even be a date that you've arranged at night. Libra reverse does make me think it's a little bit spontaneous, but it was technically on the back of your mind. If Libra was upright, I would go, okay, you planned this, because Capricorn is here too. But Capricorn's influence in this is making me think that this was a part of your goal, but it may have been something that you didn't plan with Libra here. 33 tells me that you were hoping for it though, because you were in a very fertile energy where you were feeling good about yourself. You were feeling very open to meeting somebody, and it does make me think that you were in the mood to just sort of engage and connect with a lot of different people. So if you have an event coming up, okay, that's probably when you're going to meet this person. I'm seeing that it is going to happen quite soon from when you're in this reading, because it feels like you're in this energy now. It feels like you're in this playful sort of fun energy now. But that is the key to connecting with this person. It's nighttime. There's something already planned. It's a very playful situation in which you're having fun. There's a lot of laughter. Someone's being a bit of a comedian as well, and that's easing the tension. There is a strong attraction to this person immediately. You didn't plan to meet them, but the intention or the goal to connect like this was out there for you. You were feeling good about yourself. You dressed yourself well. You put extra attention into your outfit, into your appearance, and this was something that you were hoping to have. It does feel like you had a few people on your mind though that night, or you will, sorry, I'm talking like it's past tense. You will have a few sort of suitors or like key candidates is what it feels like, that you're considering having something with. And this person catches your eye because they are the one that really connects with you the best with this fifth house. They make you laugh. They make you feel good about yourself. They're probably very physically gratifying. They may make little comments about your appearance that makes you feel good about yourself, but I do think that they're very physically attractive for you. Now listen, the fifth house energy is also about romance. So this person may come across as quite romantic. There could be a lot of physical like I'm hearing heavy petting, like touch, physical touch, which could be really hard for you to switch off once that's started. I definitely feel like they romance you though, they win you over, which is why it feels like there could be the potential for something more, but this is somebody that you are holding at an arm's length and vice versa. So that's what I'm seeing. Is there any other hints? With Capricorn here, there could be family members around. So if there's like a family birthday coming up, or there's some sort of event where you and a few of your cousins or siblings or relatives are going out and you want to make it a big thing, like that's probably when this is going to happen in the next month. Quinceañera for some of you. With this Capricorn and Libra though, it just feels like an interesting combination of you were just in the right place at the right time, feeling very chatty and very powerful, because you seem to have a lot of the control in this situation as well with Capricorn here. This person may feel like they're pursuing you, but you're letting them. You're letting them. Oh my gosh, I still have this cough, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm getting there slowly, but I'm just trying not to get too excited because it's making the cough worse. Okay, I think that's all I can see in terms of how. So and we've got when as well. I'm seeing in the next month. So let's have a look at what this will be. I'm just going to put these cards over here. What will this be, Spirit? This is where we get tarot, because tarot is going to be a lot more. Actually, I'm going to leave those two out because I think that's going to be quite helpful. Yeah. Okay. Tarot can be a bit more specific, so this should be good. Okay, for my group ones, what will their next intimate encounter be like? What will group one's next intimate encounter be like? Queen of Cups reversed, Four of Pentacles. Oy vey. All right. We also have the Tower. Damn, that Tower looks terrified. We have the Six of Pentacles. I'm going to be clarifying. Do I have the deck? I don't even have the deck. That's all right. I've got another deck. I can use that one instead. Lover's card at the back of the deck. This is precious. Look at those lovebirds. Cute. And that's what people might be saying about you on the night too. They might be like, oh, that's so cute. Look at those lovebirds. Look at those group 2 lovebirds. Now, the reason why the Lovers is actually at the back of the deck is because that card is very much about choice. And I feel like what will be happening is you'll feel very empowered by the choices that you make. What the heck? Sorry, my throat just closed. For the choices that you make on this night. You're going to feel in control. You're going to feel empowered. You're going to feel like the choice was yours, okay, group 1. And you're also going to feel seen by this person because they're choosing you. I think the two of you are going, like I said, you may have options, right? You may have a few candidates on the table, a few resumes to consider, but I do think that this one stands out and they might be your ideal. You might be like, oh, I really hope that I end the night with this person. And they're going to choose you. So you're going to feel really good about that. There's something about this encounter that makes you feel very empowered. Now, with the Queen of Cups reversed, I do feel like this is a situation where you're holding back emotionally. There is a connection, okay? This person really connects with that 5th house energy. It's hard for you not. But with Libra reversed, you know that this is a temporary thing. There's maybe something is said about their plans or your plans and you go, oof, that doesn't really work long time. So let's just focus on the short term. With the Queen of Cups reversed, I also think that this is an encounter that may warm up to you. Maybe it is something that you're like, I don't know how far this is going to go, but I'm just going to stay with it in the present moment and we will see. It's also highly likely that for a lot of you, this is an intimate encounter, but there's no sex because the Queen of Cups is reversed. That's making me think that you're not going to take it all the way with this person. You're just going to have an intimate encounter with them in which there's a lot of physical touch. This person will be very over you, like all over you. There could even be kissing because I was, sorry, I was picking up on heavy petting before. And I do think with the Queen of Cups reversed, there's also just going to be this strong feeling of like, I do feel safe, but I don't feel ready. Okay, and that's probably why we have this root chakra crystal here, because you want to feel ready and safe, not just one or the other. So With the Four of Pentacles reversed, this is going to be something that encourages you to come out of your shell a little bit, encourages you to let your hair down, to let go, to be a bit more open to interactions, to giving and receiving. I do think that there's going to be something sexual, like I could see your mouths being used a lot, I could see your hands being everywhere. You're going to be a little bit more open to letting this person touch you. And I do think that this is going to be something that helps you let your guard down, let your barrier open. With the Tower card being here upright, I also think that this is something very unexpected, right? We had indication of that in the first part of your reading, and it was a bit confusing with Capricorn there, but we know now that this is definitely an unexpected event, something that was not planned, something that happened very suddenly. And I think that the chemistry is really like bang, like it just happens. So I don't think that all of you will go all the way, but I do think that a lot of you will warm up to this person very quickly, and you'll be shocked at how much you want this with them. More than anything, though, they're going to highlight the fact that you want to be more open to this kind of thing. You want to give yourself the allowance to feel more and be more engaged in this kind of thing, whether that is the nature of meeting more people or the nature of just simply having fun and engaging with your sexual energy. Overall, you're very focused on feeling safe in this encounter. So if it doesn't feel right, you're not going to pursue it. Outside of that, the Tower is also talking about this incredible explosion of energy between the two of you. So it could be that one of you ends up getting off before the other. I'm not going to lie, like a Tower moment can look like premature ejaculation. So let me just clarify what is going on here for you, my group ones. What is this Tower moment about? Did anything flip, or did I just... I was about to say, did I just make it clap? Oh my gosh. Did anything flip, or did I just make it clap? Stop. We have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so this isn't premature ejaculation. This is an awakening of some sort. In terms of like the physical aspect, the Queen of Swords is a huge shift in perception. So for some of you, your type might change after this. If you say, oh, this is my type, nah, this person's going to help you see other people differently. They help you, give you that higher perspective. This is also something that I feel is very much in your control. So you can very quickly say, yes, I want to. No, I don't. And this person will be like, all right, fine. Like, that's fine. It's your choice. No worries. This Queen of Swords is definitely telling me that you're the one that's calling the shots. And to clarify your intimate encounter with them, you really want to know something about this person. There's something about them that makes you want to kind of delve that a little bit deeper and understand them a little bit differently. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is somebody who you are just trying to feel out and maybe even put through a few tests to see how badly they want this with you. It feels like a bit of a game on your end of things. And I think that that's something that they're going to teach you, is that you can't do this to everybody. You can't play games with everybody, especially with the Queen of Swords being here. There's a lesson learned with this person, and that lesson seems to be about balance, fairness, and being able to understand your position in this situation, on how much control you have, how much authority you have, and how impactful your choices are to yourself and to them as well. So I definitely feel like this is an encounter that's going to leave you thinking. You might have to process this a little bit afterwards, because you're having to figure out, like, why did it happen like that? Why did we get that far but nothing happened? Or why did this happen? And why did I just suddenly choose to do this? And you might think that it was a subconscious thing. And I don't think you're entirely wrong about that, but I don't think you have to dig too deep to reveal the layers. I think it's something that's resting just below the surface of this recent healing that you've been through. With the Six of Pentacles reversed, I definitely feel like this is going to be an encounter that is very self-centered, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I just want to make sure that it's... because if it's not you, it's them, right? So we have the Lovers at the back of the deck. That makes me think it's you. I need to clarify though. You're gaining a lot out of this experience, a lot more than the other person in terms of physical gratification. It's almost like you have an unfair advantage. Yeah, you do have an unfair advantage. This person could feel like they need to impress you. They could feel like they need to because you have a connection maybe. This person knows some of your family members and they're like, ugh, I need to make sure I don't like fuck this up. Otherwise, I'm not going to hear the end of it. But outside of that, there is a selfish energy here of I need this and I need that. So I definitely think that this person could be a little bit of a guinea pig for you, where you're just sort of flexing muscles that you haven't used in a while and getting the chance to feel that way about somebody in a way that you haven't in a while. We have the Eight of Swords over here that I've just moved, and this is the Sun card. That Eight of Swords is saying you're feeling empowered, you're getting out of a victim mindset, and you're taking more accountability for your pleasure is what this feels like, especially with the Sun reversed. You're making sure that you're getting what you want. You could make this person feel guilty if they were to try to take advantage of you and just get themselves off. You might be like, that's not really why I do this. So like, I don't want to keep doing it. I definitely feel like there's a lot of empowerment here. There's a feeling of you making sure that you're getting what you need out of this situation and making sure that you're feeling safe enough to do that as well. It's an interesting person and it's an interesting scenario, because I do feel like for a lot of you, this isn't something that you could have predicted for yourself, but you're at a point in your journey where you're like, you know what, like life is too sweet to not come. Like life is too short to not come. So I do want to have a look at why this is happening on a grand scheme of things. So I'm going to pull some cards and we'll just see what comes out. I actually want to use this deck. Why is this happening for group one? Why is this their next intimate encounter? For group one. Ooh, not the shark. Yeah, this person might feel, sorry, my sweet boy, I'm so sorry. Let me pick that up. Good boy. It just fell on Yoda. We have the fire ant, the owl, oh, the turtle. Not the turtle. Okay, so there's a lot of mixed energies here. We got some air, we've got some fire, we've got some water. So the air is interesting. Let's just talk about them one by one. And I'm going to read this deck intuitively. I do love this deck, but I haven't gotten around to studying it more intimately. I'm just more of a intuitive reader with it at the moment, which I'm not even mad at, to be honest. It's such a beautiful deck. So with the shark energy reversed, a lesson for you is to not push people away. This person may just be a cycle, a catalyst. They may not be the end goal, but they have a lot of potential in showing you that you need to start being more open and you need to stop making things out to be worse than they actually are. Your deep, deep rooted fears could be making things a lot worse than they actually are. And on top of that, some of these fears aren't as deep as we perceive them to be. They aren't as approachable as we may make them to be. We can actually work through those fears by pushing the limits every now and then. And I do think that for my singles, this person is going to inspire you to let more people in. It may not be this person, but the next person and the next person and the next person. You're going to slowly feel a little bit more comfortable with intimacy. If this is somebody that you're seeing and it's still early days, they are still going to teach you that. They're going to teach you that you need to be more open and receptive if you want relationships in your life to work. There is a lot to learn about intimacy from this person with this shark energy and fear, learning how to overcome your fears so that they don't stand in your way. With the firefly energy reversed, this person is going to feel like they are your passionate purpose, like the one you've been waiting for in the heat of the moment, but they aren't, okay? Don't get wrapped up in the glitz and glamour of that one event. This person is definitely temporary, and it happens so that they can put a perspective on what you are missing in general in your life. They are there to show you that there is this other passionate, fun, romantic side to you that needs to start living. And I do think with the firefly reverse, they aren't the outcome, but they are a contribution towards the reason of as to why you might start doing things differently and engaging in new interests and new people so that you can give yourself this freedom and dignity to explore that passionate sexual side of yourself. With Firefly being here, there is this strong energy of clarity and seeing things. And I think that this person happens to illuminate a lot but they don't feel like they're the ones that you should be focusing on. They're just a part of the light. They're not the answers, though, if that makes sense. So I do think with the owl energy here, your perception of this person is going to be everything. They can ultimately shapeshift into whatever you need them to be at that moment, whether you want to take things all the way or whether you want to focus more on just practicing that intimacy and overcoming your fears and feeling more confident. The owl energy is saying that you gain a lot of wisdom and perspective from this person and this experience. This intimate encounter is about you feeling like you have a better understanding of where you want to go next when it comes to your love life, but as well as your intimacy in general. And I can see with the fire ant being here that there is this sense of conquering something. This person could have helped you achieve something that you've been wanting to achieve for some time. But the fire ants are very, very fiery and passionate. So I do think that there is a fire that's awoken inside of you after this encounter. And it could lead to a catalyst of events in which a lot of things seem to happen one after the other. The fire ants are also, apparently they have anger issues, so just be aware of that. I feel like there's a lot to be ignited from this experience, and all that fire, all that passion needs an outlet. Otherwise it festers into something a little less pretty in terms of those fiery energies can turn into anger, bitterness, resentment, frustration, jealousy, envy, all of that. So if we don't give ourselves the opportunity to feel and to experience this passion, this connection, this sensuality, this creativity, it can fester into comparison and he said, she said, and pettiness and a lot of jealousy or just pent up anger. So consider that as well. This person is here to help you release some of that. With the turtle here, I'm going to talk about it. I do think that the turtle is here to say that this person could be a helpful part of you transitioning, because I see a turtle as something that goes in the water and on land. So I feel like emotionally they are a transitionary sort of being. And they're probably one of the best people you could transition with because of this lover's energy. They make it feel like it was all your choice, like it was all your decision, like you were the one in power. So let them transition and help you feel transported from one aspect of your life that was quite heavy and you had to go through a lot of healing to another aspect of your life that seems to be filled with a lot more passion, control, and mostly control over your fears so that you're getting your needs met. Hummingbird is our final sort of energy over here. This hummingbird energy is really just amplifying the fact that this intimate encounter is definitely something that was fleeting. And I do feel like it has the potential to turn into something more, but I don't think that's the point. I think that spiritually the point is to embrace it for what it is and keep the ball rolling, keep the momentum going in other areas. So that's really what I'm seeing for you with this encounter. I do want to see what we're covering in your extended reading now. So I might put these back and we will have a look at what we're covering in your extended reading. Okay, let me put these back over there. Spirit, for my group ones, what should we be talking about in their extended reading when it comes to their intimacy and their intimate encounters? Okay, we have the Three of Wands with the Page of Swords. Oh, I'm hearing don't settle. Don't settle on the first thing. We also have the Ten of Wands reversed. And we have the Queen of Wands. Interesting. At the back of the deck, we have the Tower. All right, let me get my voice note out because what I will be doing is I'll be recording this on my phone and then I'll play it back in your extended so that we don't miss a beat, so that we make sure that we cover everything. Oh, excuse me. My throat is so dry, I might just get some water really quickly because I need to be able to talk, and how am I supposed to do that if I have a dry, ticklish throat? Sorry, you guys, I should have technically just paused the video so you didn't have to hear me drinking. Okay, let's get into it. For my group ones, I keep wanting to say 3, so 3 could be significant for some reason. For my group ones, in your extended reading, in terms of your intimate encounters, we need to have a look at don't settle. Spirit's very clear with this message. Don't settle, keep waiting. So there's something on the horizon for you, quite literally with this 3 of Wands, that is about to come in. And it's very important that your mind isn't accidentally locked into the primary curiosity. The Page of Swords is saying that there is somebody who's meant to stir your interest, to open your mind so that you're more receptive to something bigger on the horizon. And that's why Spirit is saying don't just get stuck on that primary interest, stay open. So let's have a look at what that big new change is on the horizon, what that's about, who it is, if you're single, if you're in a relationship, what does it mean for your relationship? But I do think with the 10 of Wands being here, we also need to look at how you can offer yourself more release. Now, this is interesting because intimacy has multiple levels, right? We're not just talking about sex. We're talking about your emotions. We're talking about your expression, your way that you choose to express yourself and empower yourself and give yourself outlets in multiple ways. So let's have a look at what Spirit has to say here, because that 10 of Wands is about blowing off steam and making sure that you aren't feeling oppressed, making sure that you're feeling very connected to your being, making sure that you're viewing your natural behavior as something that is natural and that you're not placing too much stigma on your human nature either. So let's see what that is about for you. Queen of Wands is saying you're very attractive. So I need to gas you up a little bit in your extended and remind you of your qualities, what makes you so attractive, what makes you magnetic, and the ideal lover that you're attracting as well, what your ideal type is and who your energy is manifesting towards you. With this Tower energy at the back of the deck, I do need to confirm what changes could be happening and the collateral of that temporary encounter, because I definitely feel like it's not going to be as destructive as it could be. I think that it's more about shifting energy and allowing it to be temporary so that we can build something more permanent. So if that sounds intriguing, if that sounds like something that you're interested in, the link to your extended reading is in the description box. Especially if the first part of your reading resonated, you may wish to join me in your extended. That link will take you to my website where I host most of my extended readings. It's very important that you click on the right reading before you purchase it. So just a reminder, you are group 1 of the Your Next Intimate Encounter reading here on YouTube. Please make sure you click on the right group before you purchase it. And thank you so much, group 1, for being here. I appreciate all your time, your energy, your support. I hope you found this reading fun as well. It was definitely a lot of fun for me. Very different to what I've been doing recently, so I'm glad I got the chance to do it. I hope we're able to offer you some clarity, some perspective, some information. Thank you so much for being here. Look after your beautiful self, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye. Group 2s, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this beautiful crystal heart over here, the unknown crystal heart, should I say, or this Tarot del Toro deck, then this is going to be your reading. I'm going to put your crystal up here. Group 2, we're asking Spirit about your next intimate encounter. We have a lot to cover, technically speaking. We're having a look at who it's with, when it's going to happen, what the experience will be like, and why from a spiritual perspective. So let's have a look, Group 2. I'm going to shuffle your deck, but I do want to use a oracle deck first, because I think that the oracle deck will be able to paint more of a picture. So I'm just shuffling this tarot deck to get into your energy. While I do this, do grab something to take notes with so that you are taking notes of what resonates, and get a hydration source as well. So Spirit, tune me into Group 2's energy. Please tune me into Group 2's energy. Help me to channel the most clear, honest messages for Group 2 about their next intimate encounter. Thank you, Group 2. Let us pull this out now. Ooh, third house energy. Okay. Interesting. Spirit, who is Group 2's next intimate encounter going to be with? Who is Group 2's next intimate encounter going to be with? Who is Group 2's next intimate encounter going to be with? Who is Group 2's next intimate encounter going to be with? Okay, at the back of the deck we have the Void of Course energy. Let me get a drink of water actually. I just got into it. I did not even think about hydrating myself. This is interesting. I'm getting messages about external energies. So your next intimate encounter could be with somebody who it feels like you... there could be a lot of happening outside of the two of you, whether there's a lot going on in their life and your life, or there could be a lot of opinions about the two of you and your connection. With this one energy, I feel like your next intimate encounter is with somebody who you really idealize or who has great significance in your life. There's somebody that really stands out to you, Group 2. They're not just a regular sort of person that you thought was, oh, they're nice, like maybe, you know, that might be fun. I do think that this is a significant person. And with the 4 energy here, there's something about this encounter that makes everything feel a lot more stable between the two of you. With the Void of Course energy and the shadow aspect, I do think that this is somebody who you guys may have needed this to make the connection feel like it's flowing more again. It could have felt like this experience kind of brings things back into a period of flowing and growth instead of stagnancy. I also think that you get a better perspective of who this person is to you because of your intimate experience. I do feel that for this group, you're going to want to take it to like completion. Like you're not going to hold back. This intimate encounter will be about really delving deep into this person and vice versa. This is somebody who I feel is either a partner in your life currently, or there's someone who you care for quite deeply, in that you are very caring towards them, empathetic towards them. There is this strong feeling of just wanting to make sure that you do this person justice through this experience. With Virgo reversed, I definitely think that there's this energy here of like not wanting to waste time and making the most out of what time you have. So I almost see this as something that isn't planned. It's just sort of like, you know what, like this would be a great way to make the most out of the time that we do have and the experience that we do have together. But there does seem to be a lack of planning. It seems to be somebody who I feel it could have happened in the moment, and then once it happens, you realize like, wow, this is actually really important to me. I am seeing some earth influences with Virgo being here, but I'm also seeing Gemini because we have Mercury on that card. So who is this person to you? I feel like there's somebody that's been in the picture. I feel like there's somebody that you have had something with, in that there has been enough exchange for you to feel comfortable around this person. It's likely that they could have started as a friend, but I do think that they are someone who you are acquainted with. And I do think with this Void of Course energy reversed, there's someone who this encounter helps brings things forward. Is there any other clarity over who they are to Group 2, please, Spirit? Is there any other clarity about who this person is? We have 3 reversed. And we have full moon. So there's someone who you already have some feelings for. You may have denied yourself the ability to delve deeper into those feelings right now, but there is an emotional connection. There's someone who you're very attracted to. They could strike you as someone that's very beautiful or pretty. Even if they're masculine, like their features are very attractive to you, very striking, and they take care of themselves. They seem to be someone who you're very attracted to legs-wise, or it's like the way that their body is shaped in general. But I do think that this is very much about how this person looks, how they make themselves look too, like they take pride in their appearance, their hair, etc. And I can also see with this full moon energy that this is most likely somebody who you feel like things are already there are feelings there, right? But there's no like, you're not allowing yourself to go into it deep at this stage. With 3 here in the reverse position, I do think that there is this feeling of maybe keeping this between you. So this person may know people that you know, and you just really want to kind of keep it between you in this intimate encounter. It's not about involving everybody else right now. We just want to make it about ourselves. I can also see how with this 3 energy reversed, you two may need to just be aware of how you move things forward from here. So at this point in time, you know them very sort of preliminary in that they're in your life, but for a lot of you, things haven't sort of gotten more serious, and there's a foundation of feelings. I'm also getting some Cancer energy here that could be helpful. Venus makes me think of Libra, Taurus, and we did have Virgo and Gemini as well, which could be helpful. But I do think that this is somebody that you are mutually acquainted to. Like there's a connection between other people here as well. Like you know them through somebody else as well. Is there any other clarity you can offer them about who this person is? Leo, there's someone who I feel you may be dating, or there is an interest here to date them. This idea of them being quite romantic, or Leo also makes me think that you have captured their attention, they've captured your attention, especially group 2. You have your eye on this person. This is someone who you are currently looking towards. I also can see Leo as like a fiery energy. So there is this energy here of like passion, and I feel like there's a desire to maybe take things further with them at this current point in time. They could even have a plan to sort of see them in the near future. They are someone who's around you. And I can also see that they stand out with Leo. Like they're not someone that just sort of fits in. They stand out. Their hair could be quite significant. Leos always make me think of their hair. Whether it's that they have longer hair or thicker hair, or their hairstyle stands out. It's kind of different enough to catch your attention. I do think that this person is quite conventionally attractive to you, and there's a potential for a more meaningful partnership if you're not in one already. But I also think that at this stage, a lot of you are just sort of in this stagnant period where you're trying to find a way to kind of move things forward. I hope that helps. That's all I can really see when it comes to who this person is. I'm going to get some messages about when now, but I want to switch decks when it comes to when. We're going to switch to a different astrology deck. This one over here. When is this going to happen for my group 2s? When is this going to happen for my group 2s? Juno, 7th house. And 1st house. This is happening very soon, okay? I think this will happen as soon as you make it happen. So as soon as you put a plan in place. But this person is very interested. There's a lot of desire to make something happen before we miss out. So I can see with Juno, actually, let me just clarify real quick. But I definitely feel like there is a desire to sort of make something happen soon, a plan coming into place. There's going to be some sort of agreement. I think that this person may be the one who instigates, but I also can see with the 7th house that it's about you accepting and you both agreeing. So in terms of a time, this could happen as soon as like tonight, this week. I don't see a lot of delays. I just feel like you need to both agree on it. So let me just see. Yeah, this new moon energy is interesting. It's like this, there's already like a window that's open. So this doesn't have to take too long, if that makes sense. Like it could happen very soon. A window is already open. I'm just looking into Juno a little bit more too. Wow. Yeah. That idea of partnership. I do feel like for a lot of you, intimacy with this person is going to make you want to get into a partnership with them. Because there's a lot of signs of partnership We have Juno, we have the 7th house, and then we've got this newness of the new moon and the 1st house. So technically, if Juno, let's say Juno's in your 1st house, as soon as you put the intention out there to meet somebody new, you are going to have the opportunity to have this intimate encounter with this person. If the Juno energy is in the 7th house, you're not going to want to be intimate until you trust this person, until you feel like there is a mutual sense of partnership, or there is a level here of, yeah, we work well enough and I feel safe enough. But I do think that it could happen very, very soon, because it's a big part of you allowing yourself to step into this window, basically. And then imagine if Juno, yeah, wow. Let's have a look. Yeah, Spirit's saying like you don't want to accidentally get caught up in the idea of what could happen, to the point where I feel like this person is an ideal group too, and I do think that you might put a lot of pressure on yourself to make this happen in a way that exceeds expectations, but outside of it, it can happen very, very soon is what I'm seeing. I feel like I'm just repeating the same things, group two. Is there any other clarity from this deck that you can give them about who this person is? Just in case, because I wasn't fully satisfied with that information. Is there any other clarity you can give them about who this person is and how they meet? How do they meet? Any other clarity over who they are? Lilith, Saturn, Scorpio, and Pluto. So there's interesting energy here of a past or a transformation. I do think that this person is somebody who may be a part of a transformation that you're going through. There is a connection here to your past, but I do think that it's more about you being able to come out of a period of feeling like you were in the shadows and putting yourself back out there. Lilith is interesting because Lilith is about our suppressed sort of desires, the things that we may consider taboo, or we may give ourselves grief over, like letting that stuff come to the surface, very shadowy energy. And I almost feel like this person is someone who you may meet in a not so proud place. So at a time where you're like, you know what, like I'm just here to indulge, right? I'm just here to indulge. I'm not here to take things too seriously, or I'd be quite embarrassed if somebody found out that I was doing this. So you might meet under circumstances that feel shady, or like you're not too proud of them. With Saturn reversed, it feels very underground. It feels like a way through something. So it's giving like a sneaky link, right? Or like an online hookup, that kind of thing. It's also giving, I wasn't expecting things to get this far. So you're looking for like shortcuts and just needs to be gratified. I do think that this person is someone who you're going to have to kind of decide early on, like how much do I want to see them? Because there is this pull to them. And there is this feeling of healing through this experience with them. But I don't know if you may tie them to the experience, or if you just see what you're doing with them as healing. So I definitely can see how this person is probably somebody who, with Saturn here, may need to, you two may need to be very specific about what you want after this. Saturn reversed is also making me think that at this stage you only know the surface, right? You don't see the complexities of this person yet. You don't see much about like who they are and what makes them tick and how diverse or detailed they are. Saturn is a very sort of hard ruling energy, and it's this energy of authority, and at times this can make us feel like we've committed ourselves to something. So right now I don't think that you're getting the full picture of this person. You don't understand what they're about, and you're not fully committed to this with them. With Lilith upright, there's an intrigue here, there's a curiosity, there's a pull, there's an attraction, there's a desire to know more. There is a lot that keeps you hooked. This person may come across as mysterious. They may come across as someone that you've developed a crush on and a fascination with. With Scorpio here, I do think that this person is probably somebody who you may assume is a bit more free, or like maybe they have this sort of openness to sexuality. You may assume that they're more interested in something sexual from you. But with Pluto here, there is this feeling of like them slowly being able to reveal. Like there's a lot that you don't know about this person. What you do know is on the surface, and you're very intrigued by what you do know. But you have yet to dive deep is what I feel. Okay, so let's have a look at the experience itself. I do want to keep using this deck because I love it, but I'm going to go back to the other deck and we're going to use your tarot deck now as well. So Spirit, for group 2, what can you tell us about their next intimate encounter with this person? What is the overall energy? Vesta with Aries at the back of the deck. What is the overall energy of this encounter? We have Yod. Wow. And at the back of the deck is the 10th house. Okay. What can you tell me about their next sexual encounter, Spirit? Group 2, what is their next intimate encounter going to be like? We have the Ace of Blades reversed. What is group 2's next intimate encounter going to be like? The 5 of Cups. Group 2's next intimate encounter. Group 2, please, Spirit. Group 2's next intimate encounter. We have the Magician. And we have the 3 of Pentacles reversed. The back of the deck is the 5 of Wands. Oops, reversed. Okay. All right, let me pull some crystals over. So for my group 2s, I do feel like your next sexual encounter is something that is going to be very boosting to your energy, right? It's going to make you want more. And I do think that you and this person will have really good chemistry, but the main word that I'm actually picking up on is synergy. You and this person work really well together, but this encounter is something that you want to keep private. You want to keep it away from your mutual acquaintances. You want to keep it away from your responsibilities, and you just want to enjoy the moment for what it is. I do think that it's going to be a turning point, because for some of you, you have to figure out, well, are we going to do this again? Is this something that we're going to try to make happen again? It almost feels like something that could happen in public. I'm not going to lie. Like you might have an intimate moment with this person in a public place, and you have to sort of get away from prying eyes. And in that moment, there's this strong feeling of like, wow, this is amazing. I do also believe that this is something that puts a lot of other people into perspective. If you are casually dating or you're seeing other people, you're going to just want to keep seeing this person. Other people are going to pale in comparison. You're also going to feel like whatever challenges you and this person went through in the build up to this encounter are going to seem like nothing compared to this experience. It's because the energy makes sense now. There could be a lot of tension between you and this person, and it starts to feel like the tension is being relieved because of this encounter. I can see how you could start with like an innocent kiss or a hug, or like even just a hold and embrace, and then you're going to want more. But it feels like there is a distance between that. It feels like you have to continue doing what you were doing, and then you can follow through on your desires, on your intentions. So it's ultimately up to you with the Magician, how far you take this. It could just be a kiss. It could just be an embrace. Or you could end up making plans and trying to make things more serious. I do think that this encounter is something that's going to change your feelings for this person, for better or for worse, because some of you are not wanting to change your feelings. You're wanting to just sort of have this moment and then go back to reality. But I do think that things are going to have to change after this. This encounter is going to really put things into perspective for you, and emotionally, it's going to make you want to try to do things differently. With the Ace of Blades reversed, this could also feel like a mistake. This could feel like, damn, I shouldn't have done this. But for most of you, the Ace of Blades is that shift in interest, going like, wow, okay, things have definitely changed now, and I want to start looking at things differently. Yod is interesting because I feel like you and this person work really well together. I feel like in terms of intimacy, you're both on the same page. You enjoy the same sort of thing. And I think that you can both have this sort of mutual outcome where you both agree that this encounter was both in your favor. But it also makes me think that that's what makes you want more of this person. And you're kind of weighing up, well, how far do I take this? Vesta, I need to double check. Let me just have a quick look into Vesta. Vesta. Okay. Wow. Very feminine energy. Beautiful. See, this is interesting because like I haven't done a lot of work with Vesta in terms of I don't know about Vesta very much, but I'm learning that it's very closely connected to Virgo and Scorpio. And I think we already had that come out multiple times in the reading so far. So there's something about this energy that makes you feel very devoted and very like emotionally, what's the word? Like invested. I can see a lot of healing and I can see a lot of desire to kind of nurture, and Yod kind of feeds into that too. I'll be honest with you, maybe this is somebody you weren't expecting to catch feelings for, but this next intimate encounter changes things. And the Five of Cups in any other setting could be a sad card, but in this setting, it feels like it's a positive shift because you've made the decision to commit to this change regardless of what could happen. And I do think with the Ace of Blades, there are some regrets because this regret is off of actions that weren't taken or mistakes that were made in the early stages. And you're going to think like, damn, I need to work hard to make sure I don't do that again. That's what this feels like. The experience itself, it relieves so much tension. The two of you feel very connected. There's a lot of physical intimacy, I'm not going to lie. It's like there's a possessive energy here too. I think that this could be someone that just wants to be wrapped around you, my group twos. And I do think with the Three of Pentacles reversed there and the Five of Wands reversed, if you're not in something official, then this encounter is going to make this person want to make it more official because they want other people to know, like, group two is mine, group two is my person. I do see a balanced outcome, but I think that one of you is going to need a little bit more convincing that this is in your best interest. And it's not that you have to like do a PowerPoint or anything. Like, it's just that as you communicate how you were feeling, and as you really open up and get to know each other, you're going to realize what that compatibility is. This Magician energy tells me that for you, group two, you're in control. What you say is what will happen with this person. So make sure that you are communicating and you're taking advantage of that control. I do think that the Magician is also about a vocal experience. So if you're not doing a lot of talking, your mouths are still making a lot of noise, okay? I can't really say too much more because YouTube is very... But you get the idea. There's a lot of noise here. There's a lot of communication. And I think that this person is very attracted to your voice and how vocal you are, whatever noise you make. The Magician card also makes me think of someone that's being a bit manipulative, right? With their actions or with their communication. So I think that this encounter is something that you could really have fun with because this manipulation doesn't seem malicious. It's more so about heightening the experience and using your words and your actions to really make it that much more enjoyable. There's a lot of whispering as well is what I'm picking up on. So if this is in a public place or if this is in an intimate place where you're just holding each other in bed, there's a lot of whispering and trying to kind of appeal to that sense. It's like you're wanting this person to feel turned on through their ears and vice versa. I think you're going to be very attracted to each other's voices is what I'm picking up on. The encounter itself, lots of fluids, okay? There's going to be like multiple points of entry. I'm sorry, I just had to say it. There's going to be a few different things going in a few different places. with the Five of Cups here. Don't be shy of lubrication. That's your best friend. That makes it more pleasurable, and that takes off the heavy lifting so you can get straight into the satisfaction. Now, I do think that this Five of Cups is also about feeling that emotional shift. I think you will really connect with this person, and I think that your next encounter with them is going to make you go like, damn, this heart is feeling a little heavy now. Like, some of these feelings weren't here before all of this happened. The Ace of Blades, though, let's talk about that. My group twos, in a sexual way or in terms of looking at the experience itself, that Ace of Blades is telling me that this isn't over yet. So this could just be the tip of the iceberg for this person, especially if it is your first experience with them. It's not going to be your last. So that's what I'm seeing in terms of the encounter itself. Let's have a look at the spiritual aspect now. Pack this up. Why is this happening for my group? I'm going to keep using this deck because I'm loving it. All right, put that up there. Let me just wipe my nose a little bit. Okay, for my group 2 spirit, why does this encounter happen for group 2? We have Scorpio. Why does this encounter happen? We have waning crescent moon. And we have Venus. She's got it. Yeah, baby, she's got it. Not me being cringy and singing. We also have 6th house at the back of the deck. Okay. Let me zoom in a little bit. We need to get intimate. Speaking of intimacy, I hope I don't accidentally forget to reset my camera too. I'll try to remember so we don't get interrupted. But group 2, this is happening to help you gain the gratification you deserve. This is a very mutual encounter. And whether this is a newer person and you're still sort of figuring things out, or somebody who you have feelings for and you just don't know where things are going, this encounter is something that you both will treasure. You're both going to leave it feeling satisfied and feeling like this was a good thing for you individually and for your connection. For most of you, this is going to lead to a more transformed sense of connection to each other, because there is a strong feeling here of being able to make things work moving forward. But I do think that that comes through facing a lot of fears and facing a lot of feelings, especially. Not so much fears, feelings. Scorpio is this big transformative push to really allow yourself to deep dive into your intimacy with this person. And it is a multifold thing. I think that's why it was so beautiful that we chose to use the word intimacy, not just sexual. This is an experience that will create a lot of emotional intimacy between the two of you. There is a deep sense of lust, but there's also a feeling here of you two having something that can't be described through words, right? You have this connection and you're going to want to continue to have these experiences together that just help bring the two of you closer. I am seeing a huge transformation, and that transformation is there to help you realize your feelings for one another. With this waxing crescent moon, I do believe that card is about uncovering things for you and helping things come to light in the best way. I'm hearing before it's too late. So it could be that this was a natural progression in your connection. Like, obviously it was going to happen, but spiritually it's about you being able to really see the importance of this person in your life so that you don't accidentally just gloss over them and get distracted by something else. With the Venus energy group 2, even with my best efforts, we were cut off, but lucky we didn't get too far. So with this Venus energy here, there is a strong, actually, to be fair, with both of these cards, there is a strong energy of rebuilding and trying to work on something that is more meaningful while also enjoying it for what it is. Because let's be honest, Venus brings a lot of beauty. Venus brings a lot of adoration. Venus brings a lot of attention to the surface before it dives deep. So there's the depth of Scorpio and there's the surface attraction of Venus. So there's this mutual insane balance that ultimately brings, with the sixth house, a lot of generosity, a lot of balance, sort of giving and receiving energy. And I do think that it will help you feel like, you know what, I kind of want to take things further with this person. At the very least, it's going to show you where to set the standards. Okay, this person is going to make you go, well, you know what, moving forward, that's the bar. Like, even if I'm not willing to rebuild with this person, I know what I'm into, I know what I want on a physical level, and I know where the bar is, where the standard, where the expectation should be. So that's what I'm seeing for you in terms of why. I'm going to have a look at your extended reading now. Spirit, what should we be covering in Group 2's extended reading? Oops, not me being really rough with your deck. Group 2. What should we be covering in Group 2's extended reading about intimacy? What does Group 2 need to know? We have the 3 of Pentacles reversed. We have the 2 of Swords. We also have the Star card. And at the back of the deck is the Queen of Discs. Okay, so this is an interesting extended. Let me bring my voice recorder up. Here we go. So Group 2, what I'm seeing for you is, with this 3 of Pentacles reversed, you two may need to make sure that, well, you actually need to make sure that when it comes to intimacy, you have an awareness of where your time is going. I think that this is more about your admirers, Group 2, and I think that this is about the early stages of establishing something and being open and finding ways and time to do this. So the 3 of Pentacles, when it's reversed, it can feel like you're having to just sort of make things work in between and just sort of fit things in around the sort of, what's the word, around like a busy schedule, or in lieu with other commitments. And I do see that for you, we may need to get clarity over any sort of interference in this connection when it comes to practical interference, as well as how to logistically make this happen with this person. Is there anything that you can do to give yourself the opportunity to have this intimacy? I just want to double check if there's anything that I'm missing, so we'll have a look at that in the extended as well. With the 2 of Swords here, was it reversed? Yeah. We need to have a look at confusion when it comes to your love life, but also what decision you should make when it comes to this connection if you know this person. What do you need to do? And how can you move forward? We're also going to ask, what can you expect moving forward with this person? What is the outcome of this intimate encounter? Just to get clarity. Now, the Star card, we need to talk about the future as well, but we also need to talk about healing. We need to talk about you being able to move forward and look forward to what is to come. So I think that this Star card is representative of being able to reconcile with whatever has happened and be more present so that you can be open to receiving for the future. So what does that look like in terms of your present moment, and what does the future look like for you as well? I do think that there is a strong message here about healing, so we'll double check what that is. With the Queen of Discs here, I think that when it comes to your intimacy, the Queen of Discs is highlighting a physical issue that could be stopping you from engaging in what you want. So how can we work through this physical issue? What do you need to know? What do you need to do? If there is interference, what should you be doing to help the situation move forward? I think some of you may need to choose between 2 people. So what does that look like with this Queen of Discs reversed? What kind of choices should you be making, and what should you be looking out for in terms of expectations and a way forward? It's going to be a very interesting extended reading for you, group 2. If the first part of your reading did resonate and that extended reading sounds interesting, you're welcome to join me. The link in your extended is in the description box. That link will take you to my extended readings page where I host most of my extended readings. So please make sure that you click on the right group. You remember you are group 2 of the Your Next Intimate Encounter reading. So please make sure you click on the right video before you purchase it. If you're on a desktop, you can search and use the search feature. If you're on a mobile or any other sort of mobile device, you do have to swipe across and click on the right group. If you're an Amethyst Hermie, you'll get access to this reading and all the readings in today's video for free as part of your membership, should I say. So it's not for free, but it is part of your membership. So all you have to do is be signed in for that. Thank you so much, group 2, for being here, for your time, your energy, your support. I wish you all the best in your future. Look after your beautiful self, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye. And welcome to your reading. If you chose this beautiful Tiger's Eye Hot or this amazing tarot deck, this is the Golden Universal Tarot deck, and then this is going to be your reading. Welcome, my group 3s. So we're having a look at what your next intimate encounter is going to be. We actually are covering a lot. We're covering a lot in this reading. So now is your time to make sure that you have something to write with and to write on, as well as a hydration source. We've got a lot to cover. We're going to be looking at your next intimate encounter in terms of who it's with, when it's going to happen, what the experience will be like, and why it's happening from a spiritual standpoint. So I'm just going to have a quick sip of water, and then I'm going to shuffle into your energy, make sure that we're connected before we continue. Okay, I'm putting your heart up here. Spirit, please tune me into group 3's energy. Please help me to offer group 3 clear, honest messages about their next intimate encounter. Tune me into group 3's energy, Spirit. Help me to offer clear, honest messages about group 3's next encounter. Bless. Now, I'm not going to use this deck first. I just wanted to shuffle it to get your energy here. And now that we're ready, let's do some other stuff. Okay, group 3. Group 3. Who is group 3's next intimate encounter with, Spirit? Who is group 3's next intimate encounter with? Who is group 3's next intimate encounter with? Who is group 3's next intimate encounter with? We have new moon. And we have 11 at the back of the deck. Who is group 3's next intimate encounter with, Spirit? Okay. We have Ascendant. We have Cancer, and we also have 12th house, and at the back of the deck is Venus. So I'm getting a very clear message straight off the cuff, group 3. There was a lot of shuffling, but the main message that I'm getting is that this is somebody that wants to take something off the ground with you. There is uncertainty about like how far things are going to go, especially with the 12th house and 11 reverse. It's like we don't know yet what is going to come out of this. We don't know if there's going to be anything serious. We're kind of going in with like open expectations. This is probably somebody who's used to relationships, right? With Venus, Cancer, 12th house, like 11th house, there is this energy here of, well, how much do they expect of me? But I think that this is somebody who is very interested in getting to know you and getting something off the ground with you. Your next intimate encounter is going to be with someone who's very sensual. They really enjoy company and they want to have you there to touch you and to hold you and to smell you. Venus is saying they're very sensual, so they're going to be very into what you're wearing in terms of the fabric, how it feels, how you smell, whatever lotions, oils, perfumes, or sweat is on your body. This person is probably going to want to make it a whole experience, group 3. Your next intimate encounter is going to be with someone who is interested in you romantically, but they go in with like minimal expectations, right? They're like, at the end of the day, if group 3 is done with me, that's fine. But for right here, right now, this has still been an experience. And I can see with Cancer here reversed, there is this feeling of trying not to get feelings. Okay, so this experience is likely with someone who you're still getting to know in this way, and they do feel like a newer person, but at the time that you meet, you're not complete strangers. There is enough of a connection to feel like you're not just complete strangers. But I definitely see them holding back when it comes to nurturing and just sort of putting a relationship sort of energy on this. It feels more like they're just trying to take the moment for what it is. And this feels like somebody who I feel you've done something with them before this, right? You're not just sort of meeting them and it's straight into an intimate encounter. You've spent some time doing other stuff first. An example could be maybe they ask you to go for lunch, or you're going to see a movie or something like that, or they've asked you to do this for them instead, and then it kind of builds from there into a more intimate encounter. I can see with 11 reversed that this is definitely somebody who is a little apprehensive about getting themselves into something that they're not ready for yet. So while this, I would believe, is someone who is more of like a relationship person, group 3, they are definitely going to just be a bit more careful about dipping a toe in something too serious too soon. And with you, it feels like they're very physically attracted to you. You're going to see them as someone who does smell good. They put a lot of effort into their appearance. They feel really comfortable as well. That's the thing, like you feel safe with them. Intimacy seems to be the next step with this person because they are ticking a lot of the boxes. I think that it's more than chemistry. I just feel like you and this person want to be close to each other. Like there's this desire to be intimate. You want to be like spooning and holding. I'm going to have a look at what is going to happen between you, but based on their energy, I don't think this person would need sex from you. I think they just want your company. They just want to be close to you and they want to feel close to you. That's the thing about this person. Intimacy has levels to it. It's not just sex. There is other ways of feeling intimate with people, and they're very big on those other ways. Okay. So that is who. I just want to have a look at how you'll meet them. This deck has more cards, so let's pull from this deck. How will... Oh, not the cards falling. The cards. Okay, group 3, please, Spirit. How will they actually meet this person? How will group 3 meet this person? They could have water sign placements. I'm specifically seeing Cancer and Pisces. They could also have Libra or Taurus placements because of that strong Venus influence. What else can you tell group 3 about how they will meet this person, who this person is? We have Stellium reversed. Okay. We have water. We have Gemini. And at the back of the deck is Libra. So Libra is coming in strong. Libra is reversed. So I feel like you're going to meet this person at a time where maybe they're not your usual physical type. But I want to say with Libra reversed, you're probably more open to just meeting people, especially with Gemini. All this air energy and stellium, you are in a position where you're wanting to meet people. You could be actively dating, or you could meet this people through other people, through mutual friends, through this, and either through an app or through mutual friends, because it feels like you use something to meet them. There is a casualness to this in the beginning with Libra reversed. There is this sort of acknowledgement of them being attractive, but I think that you're aware of the fact that with Libra reversed, like you're not expecting too much in the early stages. I want to say with this water energy here, I think that the two of you are going to end up wanting to spend more time with each other, to understand each other a little bit more. It's like you're trying to hold back feelings wise, but the curiosity is mostly about feelings. Like the curiosity is either, well, what do they feel for me? Or it's actually, well, what do I feel for them? You have this desire to like want to nurture something with this person. Like they come across as a really nice person, a very nurturing person, maybe a very kind person. I'm also hearing emotionally mature. That could be something that is different with them. It makes it easy, is what I'm hearing. So that could be that they initiate things with you, or even with you initiating things with them, it feels like they are there bouncing off of you as well. How you'll meet them definitely seems to stem off of you meeting them through somebody else, and this person does stand out. Even if you are talking to or seeing other people at the time, they do stand out. I don't think it's going to be that hard. I think it's going to be quite easy. They almost fall in your lap, is what I'm feeling. So with water here, I'm getting this other message, especially with Scorpio and Cancer at the top of that card. Maybe this person comes into your life at a time where you're looking for something very specific, but they come across as something very different to that speciality, especially if you're the one who's also like, you know what, I'm not really looking for a relationship right now. But this person comes across as relationship material. They have potential, is what Spirit's saying. So aside from how you'll meet them, that's how they will stand out as well. And there is this energy about them that comes across as very nurturing. If they're a female, they might be on the thicker side, because there's this energy here of like, you just want to cuddle. That's the thing. Like, and this could be a metaphor. Like, it's hard for me to give physical descriptions because there's so many of us that watch these readings, but I definitely feel like there's some physical qualities to this person that you just want to cuddle, you just want to hold. And if they're a masculine or a male, or that's how they identify, I do believe that they've got like broad shoulders, or there's something to them here that makes you just want to like hold them. There is this strong desire to be closer to this person. So that's what I'm seeing in terms of how you meet them. Let's have a look at when this is going to happen now. I'm going to use this deck for when. Spirit, when is group 3 going to meet this person? If they haven't met them already. Actually, I don't want to ask that. I'm sorry. I don't want to ask that. I want to ask, when is this intimate encounter going to happen between the two of you? When is this intimate encounter going to happen between group 3 and this person? We have first quarter moon, so pretty quickly after you meet, that's for sure. Pretty quickly after you meet. Like, you're going to meet, and this could happen like... Yeah, I feel like there's a talking stage, and then once you physically meet, it's going to happen pretty much after that, or the same night as that, very quickly, because the goal here is to keep momentum going with first quarter moon. We already have that interest, so we want to keep that propellant going. We want to keep the momentum going with this person. I'm hearing, I can't let them forget about me. So this could be some competition around you, and this person could feel like, you know what, I need to secure this, or I need to just make sure that group 3 keeps thinking about me and isn't thinking about other people. What else, Spirit, with this person's energy? When is this going to happen for group 3? Oh, we'll take it. Second house reversed. This is indicating a change in your routine, a change in your environment. This is going to happen when you switch up your habits when it comes to meeting people and when it comes to how you usually do things, because this person comes into your life in a place or at a time where you're open to meeting people. So you have to be open to that shift in energy, that shift in and that change. I also think with the second house reverse that maybe this is against your nature, like you're not usually this kind of person, but they're very persuasive is what I'm feeling. What card flipped? That one. The Scorpio energy, yeah. There's going to be a strong sexual attraction to this person. Like there's going to be this real insane curiosity. And the Scorpio energy is this sort of on the low type of vibe, right? So you might be feeling like the two of you need to engage privately and that you want to explore things under the safety of anonymity. Being anonymous. So it's like you want to take advantage of things in the beginning before things get too complicated. I can see Scorpio as this insane sort of pull, and I do feel like there is this desire to explore that with this person. So in terms of when, Scorpio is saying that things will probably shift pretty quickly with this person once you meet. The magnetism, the electricity, and the chemistry is going to really compel you to wanting to make things more intimate. It happens almost naturally with this person, but it doesn't feel like that's a part of your habits. It feels like you're used to playing it safe, or you're just used to kind of prioritizing other aspects of your life, and then you're like, you know what, actually maybe I need to give myself more opportunities to meet people. And you go out on a limb here with this person, next minute things just get out of control. Now when I say out of control, Scorpio can sometimes make us feel guilty if we don't have a lot of a healthy relationship with our desires and with our sexuality. We can feel a little bit guilty for dipping into that type of energy. We can feel like, shit, I'm letting myself down, or I'm letting the people that look up to me down. So the Scorpio energy is a healthy energy of exploring your passion and your desires, but it is accompanied with this sort of secondary thought of, shit, like, have I done the wrong thing here? Why is there a guilty feeling about this, Spirit, for group 3? The 8th house reverse, because you just don't know where things are going to go. You're like, what is this going to lead to actually? Like, have I been taken advantage of? Have I taken advantage of them? With the 8th house reverse, you could also be a bit worried about like whether this intimate encounter is going to turn everything around or cause people to think of you differently. 8th house is a big transformation energy, births, endings, sex. You might need to restructure the way that you view this, because your opinions of sex seem to stem from the guilt. Like the guilt is stemming from your opinions of sex. You might be like, oof, I'm not interested in doing that. I don't want to be seen as that type of person. I don't want people to get that impression of me. With the 8th house energy reversed, it's like, well, sweet soul, you're only feeling guilty because you're holding yourself captive, because your views of what should have, would have, could have happened in this situation were very restrictive compared to the natural instinct that kicked over when you engaged with them. And I feel like it was natural. I feel like you were two very attractive people, mutually attracted to each other, mutually wanting to get to know each other. One thing led to another, and instincts took over. So let us have a look at what we are looking at, though. Why, when you're feeling guilty, what are you feeling guilty about? That's what I want to know. Okay, so I'm going to pull more cards from this deck, but we're also going to get tarot. What can you tell us about the intimate encounter itself, Spirit? What is group 3's intimate encounter with this person going to be like? What is group 3's intimate encounter with this person going to be like? Okay, I'll take her. We have sextile. What is group 3's intimate encounter with this person going to be like? We also have second house, and we have lunar eclipse. At the back of the deck, we have solar eclipse. Look out, both of them. Spirit, what can you tell us about group 3's sexual encounter, intimate encounter with this person? We have the devil card reversed. What can you tell us about group 3's? We have Scorpio. Scorpio in the building. We also have the Knight of Swords. And we have the Two of Pentacles. Pentacles. All right. In my hands, we have the Two of Wands as well, who is looking upright, optimistic. Okay, so this is definitely in a date situation, okay? Like the plan was made. You're both interested in each other, but it could be that this has happened after plans were made first, and it feels like a little bit of planning had to go into this, right? So it may not have kind of just kicked off like the ground straight away. This could be someone who you exchange information, and then a little bit of time had passed, and then a plan was made, and then you were like, okay, let's do this, because you don't know them very well. They're still a newer person, but time has passed enough to where you had to actually make a plan. You couldn't just kind of meet them and then go along with it. You know, you met them and then you were like, okay, so now we have to make something, a plan for something. So the encounter itself, I definitely feel like it is something that you're not used to. I'm getting this strong message about a change, and it's a change in your habits. It's not what you're used to doing. I think you might bend the rules with this person quite a bit. I can also see how this is somebody who you're very interested in making the most out of whatever time you have with them. And you guys may be rushed for time for some reason. It could feel like they are on a schedule, or you're on a schedule, or you're just having to take advantage of whatever time you have. I definitely see they're wanting to slow things down, but also acknowledging that they only have so much time with you. This intimate encounter is going to start from the moment the two of you connect, because you're going to want to touch and feel and taste a lot. Food could be involved too. I'm not going to discount that. It could be that the petting starts, you know, while you're eating. Maybe like a lot of affection from this person. I'm feeling like they give you goosebumps, or they kind of just make your skin crawl in a good way, not in a like ugh way, in more of a oh way. And I do think that the eye contact with this person is going to be intense. Like you're going to be very attracted to their gaze. They're going to make an effort to really just make you uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So if they catch you blushing because they're staring too intently, then they're going to keep doing that. I definitely feel like this is someone that's very gentle though. Like they come across as someone who's there for the pleasurable experience. They're not just trying to race to the end, which is why they're a bit frustrated too, because this person's like, I want to take my time, but it feels like y'all don't have time. It feels like you're just having to kind of deal with whatever time you have. But this person's like, no, I want time. They're a slow burner, that's for sure. And they could be more interested in the foreplay side of things, and just taking advantage of the way that you smell and just wrapping themselves up in you. Look out. Okay, so I'm getting an image of this person just being very close to you, like sitting next to you, but to the point where like your shoulder is on their shoulder, right? You're practically sitting on their lap, like, and vice versa. The masculine energy here is very determined to make the feminine energy comfortable, because this masculine energy has this nurturing vibe. They want to feel like their lover trusts them, and they want to feel like you are safe. So the masculine energy is very determined to make sure that the feminine is comfortable and that there's no nerves. They could feel like the feminine is nervous, but the masculine is also very nervous, okay? So in this connection, there's a very clear distinction between a masculine and feminine energy, and the masculine energy feels like they need to just be this very safe place for the feminine. I feel like you and this person are going to be doing like a lot of backwards and forwards. Like it almost physically, yes, but I'm talking about energy. Like there's a lot that's happening between you without even communicating. There's a lot that's happening between you. It's a sight to see. Like people can feel the tension. If y'all are in public, which some of you will be in the beginning, people around you can feel the tension. Group 3, it's a lot. Like it's making me uncomfortable because I feel like I'm intruding. I feel like I need to take my ass out of that public restaurant and give you the whole place to yourself. Like I feel like I'm intruding. But for a lot of you, you might meet this person in this situation could happen in a physical location that they're more comfortable in. So they're trying to make sure that you feel comfortable as well. They could be picking up on the fact that like they have an unfair advantage. Now, the act itself, this person does not miss. They want to do everything with you. This is somebody that has like a routine, right? They have a routine. And maybe you do too, but you're getting pushed out of your routine, group 3. You may be like, no, I'm the kind of person, you know, when I have sex, like I just get cozy. I just wear my big t-shirt and like lights off. This person's like, no, we're going to have some light. We're gonna have some lighting, we're gonna have some candles, but I need you naked. Like, that's the vibe. Like, they push your boundaries a little bit, but they make you feel good while they do that. They're not trying to make you uncomfortable in that way. They're trying to build the sexual tension, though, that's for sure. This person isn't uncompromisable. They are going to do what ultimately makes you feel safe, but they are interested in seeing every inch of you, group 3. With the Devil card reversed, there is a strong feeling of them being in control, but letting you think that you're in control. I feel like this person knows what they're doing, but they want to experience something with you, and they want to make sure that they get that experience. It could be mutual orgasming. It's not too kinky, I don't think, but we do have the kinky freaks on the table right now. We've got Capricorn and Scorpio, as well as a little bit of Gemini. So I do think that things could become a little bit kinky, but I just feel that the overall energy is like whatever ultimately like you feel safe doing. If you're comfortable with it, I am seeing some backdoor action, I'm not going to lie. But I think that for the most part, a lot of their sensuality is going to be in wanting to taste you, group 3. Like, that's the vibe. It's like, I need to experience all of group 3. This is probably going to lead to further plans, but they definitely want to make the most out of what they have. So I'm also seeing with this Death card right here in the middle next to our Knight of Swords reversed, they may stop things like right in the middle to be like, I need to calm the fuck down so that I can last that a little bit longer. So they may switch it up, you know, they may go like, oh, we're going to stop doing this, we're going to start doing this instead. This person will probably want to do multiple positions if they can, if they don't get too invested in whatever they're feeling, because I feel like once this person does something that they really like doing, they want to keep doing it. If that makes sense. Like, if they find a position that they really like, or if they find like an angle, what's the other word for it? Like, some of this doesn't even have to do with penetration, sweet soul. The kissing, if they feel like that kiss is just ecstasy, they're going to want to keep kissing you like that, you know? Outside of that, if they feel like this moment in terms of this opportunity to cuddle is really good and like it's helping you feel safe, then they're going to want to keep cuddling. But I do feel like this person has an unbridled animal inside them that just wants to dive into you, group 3. Like, I'm a little bit nervous for you because it's mutual, but I can still feel this person holding back at times because they don't want to scare you. It's going to be quite transformative. There's a lot of fluids here. I don't think I mentioned that. Let me just wipe my eye because my eye is leaking, and I don't think that's a coincidence. I can see with this energy in the middle that they may even need to tap out and tap something else in, whether that's a finger or a toy, to make sure that things don't end before they're ready. There's this transformative energy in the middle here where it's like we need to make a change so that we can get the most out of the situation. What else are we picking up on, Spirit? Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is the measure of time card, in my opinion. I think this is them trying to just make the most out of the time that they have with you and take advantage of the time that they have with you. I can also see how this Two of Pentacles is about prioritizing certain things so that they get that done. But there's also this feeling of once it's over, like I didn't get to do everything that I wanted to do with group 3. Like, I actually didn't tick everything off the list, even though I came prepared. Even though I had an idea, I had a plan, I had the intentions, I didn't get to do it all. And so these eclipse energies are very interesting because they kind of feed into that. They give us this energy of like realization and clarity, and they also help remove a lot of the distractions from this person's mind and from your mind. I wouldn't be surprised if after this you really want to see each other again, but I just feel like one or both of you is holding back. I definitely can feel like there is this energy of like trying not to have expectations. So let me just double check if there's any other messages about that sextile card from the deck. because I'm not always comfortable reading that card. Here we go. Where are we? Planets that sit 60, yeah, okay, so sextiles give reciprocal supportive energy to the planets in question. We need to consciously work with the power of our sextiles, calling them to action when we need them to be engaged. Okay, 2 planets that are sextile to one another are stimulated by their relationship and oriented toward taking deliberate action. So key terms include useful, balanced, intellectual, and Venusian. In light, sextiles encourage us to expand our horizons and work towards goals. In shadow, sextiles can be difficult to activate. We need to remember our sextiles. Remember that the planets involved are open to activating one another. Okay, so that is a little bit concerning, because one of the things that you can do to help with this placement is saying my emotions can be brave, activated, and lead the charge. So I do feel a holding back, and I do feel like some of you may need to just be a bit more communicative in this encounter, because somebody is feeling like the situation didn't necessarily happen on my terms, or I feel a little bit taken advantage of. And I don't want that for you, especially with sextile in the second house reverse. That's making me think that this is not something that you're used to doing. And so afterwards there is a guilty feeling there, right? We picked up on that in the first part of your reading. So just be aware of that. Okay, I do worry about this feeling like you just got carried away in the moment and then you shame yourself afterwards and say, why the heck did I do that? Like, I shouldn't have done this. Like, I need to get some advice for you now. We're going to ask why this is happening for you, why this will happen for you, and what you can gain from this experience. Okay, let's wrap this up. I did just reset my camera, so I'm not sure if I got cut off at the end there, but I didn't say too much, so hopefully I didn't get cut off too much. All right. Okay, let me get some water. So, for group 3, Spirit, why does this happen for group 3? I love these astrology decks. I'm going to keep using them. I'm sorry. I have other decks here, but I really want these astrology decks. Group 3. Why is this emotional, intimate encounter going to be happening for group 3? We have Cancer. We also have Gemini. We have that last quarter moon this time, my bad. And we have Uranus. Yeah, I got space over here. I'm going to put her over there, and we're going to get some more cards from this deck. For my group 3s, please, Spirit. Why is this intimate encounter happening for group 3? First quarter, square. Chiron and Grand Trine. Wow. At the back of the deck, we have lunar eclipse. Let's just show her to you. Lunar eclipse. Do we have space over here? We kind of do. There's a little bit of space. She's not quite in frame, but she's here. She's present. She's trying. Let me see if I can just even zoom out a little bit, because these cards are a bit bigger, so you should still be able to see everything. Okay, my group 3s, strap yourselves in. This is going to be a bit of a doozy. not in a bad way. There's just a lot for me to cover as the reader. So this is definitely supposed to be a reinvention of an experience. It's supposed to be an experience that expands your mind, and that definitely offers a different perspective on intimacy and on romance. This is someone that you're romantically interested in. Things are coming off the ground a little bit, but we have some reservations about how they like to do things versus how we used to do things. I think that you're going to end up comparing this person to an ex-lover, and you're going to end up sort of weighing things out with your past and going, well, this is very different to what I'm used to what I'm usually comfortable with, and you're going to have to measure out certain challenges that arise out of this encounter, because you are going to gain a lot of clarity about your feelings for this person based on this intimate encounter. And I do see a genuine energy here to want to nurture something with them, but I also feel that you are holding back, or that one of you is holding back. And so your spiritual lesson is to be able to address insecurities, guilty feelings, and any sort of doubts when it comes to the repercussions of taking these kinds of actions, so that you can simply accept that this experience was all a part of your learning journey. It's going to be hard for you to detach from making this more profound than it needs to be. If you're used to finding a rhyme and a reason for every experience you have in life, this experience is just about putting it back into, well, that's what happens sometimes to people that get in these kinds of situations. I worry about you trying to either over intellectualize or over clarify a good time here. I definitely think that with the Gemini energy reversed, you guys may even be worried about what other people are going to think about this, or what one specific person is going to think about this. The spiritual lesson is to stop thinking about what other people think about when it comes to your business. And it's also about being able to forgive yourself in the public eye. Like, you're allowed to experience these things and to enjoy these things without having to think about everybody else. I definitely feel like there are feelings for this person, but I don't know if a lot of you are going to continue fostering them because you seem concerned about how it's going to work out in the future. I need to double check if there's any messages with this, any other messages, should I say, with this last quarter moon. Oops. Okay. Oh, did I? No, I didn't. Hang on a second. Yeah, literally. Each path is unique, is what I'm feeling. Letting go. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Especially of your past, especially of your expectations, especially of the unhelpful challenges, especially of your fears. Chiron is difficult because, like, we're supposed to have that energy there to keep us grounded, in that it keeps us humble, it checks us sometimes. But Chiron can also self-sabotage because it's an aspect that almost never heals. It's an aspect of our beliefs or our nature or our fears that will always be there to some degree. So we have to, at some point, accept it for what it is and be able to move through it. Denying it is even there is going to make it worse, and pretending that it is fixable is going to make it even worse, because we're denying that it is something that is very human and a part of us. So Chiron impacts us differently. Chiron could be an expectation you have for intimacy. Maybe you're someone who's used to being intimate with partners, and this isn't someone that you're in a committed relationship with yet. Maybe you're used to having intimacy in a specific way, and this was someone who changed your point of view on that, and you don't know how to feel about it yet. I would say that you definitely need to give yourself time after this encounter to debrief and to better understand what is going on in your heart space and in your head, because there is a huge shift here, and it is going to want to make you want to withdraw from this person so that you can just figure out how you're feeling and what's going on for you. I do just want to see if there's any other messages in Grand Trine real quick. Yeah, it feels like perspective. Okay. Yeah. It's interesting with that reverse. Like, this person is different to you, and you're seeing that as a bad thing. You're seeing it as this is challenging. This is going to be a bit hard. You also need to understand that, like, this is a part of gaining experience when it comes to what makes you feel good. And if this does not make you feel good, don't put up with it. Learn from it. Take that as part of the lesson. In future, I need to do this to make sure that I feel good. I see this person will work to try to make sure that you feel safe enough, but there could be certain things that happen after the fact that make you go, no, I don't really want to do that again. It's not my cup of tea. It's not what I'm interested in. So these are all parts of the lesson, is getting that better picture by stepping a little bit out of your comfort zone to understand what is actually making you feel good and what is actually not making you feel good. And there's no wrong answer, especially because this is a very personal journey, but it definitely becomes complicated for you, my group threes, because you're having to consider other people's opinions and you're having to consider what other people are going to think about you after this. So that's what I'm seeing for you when it comes to your next intimate encounter. I'm going to just pull some cards now and we'll have a look at what we're covering in your extended reading, because there will be an extended reading. Let me just pack this deck up as well. Okay, get my tarot deck out. For my group 3 spirit, what would you like me to cover for them in their extended reading? We have the 8 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, the 2 of Wands. There is a Page of Cups here sneaking out, and we also have the 8 of Cups. I do see the theme here. I see the messaging. Let me zoom you in a little bit again. And I'm going to pull out my voice recorder app because I'm going to be playing this back in your extended reading to make sure that we don't miss a beat. So let's get into it. Group 3. For your extended reading, we need to ask about this connection. I'm going to ask, is this connection to this person worth working on? Is this connection worth your time? And how much do you invest? I'm also going to have a look at their intentions just to get some clarity, what their fears are, and what the outcome of the connection is after your intimate encounter. This may help you get perspective, but remember that everybody has free will and things could change. Outside of that, with this 5 of Swords energy here, we also do need to have a look at overall what is going to happen after this. I do think with the 5 of Swords reverse that this is a social situation that could affect more than one person. If you have more than one person to choose from, we can get clarity about that. Who should you choose? What is the ideal partner that you should look out for? I do think we need to have a look at collateral of what could happen due to the fact that you are choosing to sleep with this person or to be around this person more intimately. What is the collateral? What is the potential fallout? I think that it's worse in your head than what it actually is going to be, but we'll get clarity. We'll get spirit to answer that for you. With the 2 of Swords, I need to have a look at your decisions here. When it comes to intimacy, when it comes to relationships, you could feel like you're in the dark right now, like you don't know what you're doing. You're just feeling your way through, no real plans. So let's have a look at any clarity. What can we get in terms of what should you be doing? What does the near future look like for you when it comes to relationships? And with the 2 of Wands here, where should you be putting your expectations? I can see that somebody will catch your eye. So we're going to have a look at who you should be looking out for in terms of the most ideal romantic love interest in the near future. This person could already be in your life. You could have your eye on them. You're just confused as to whether this is them or not. I'm seeing 333 on my phone right now. So we definitely need to talk about the near future and expansion. With the 8 of Cups reversed, the overall message is who should you be investing energy into and opening up to emotionally, because I do think there's someone in your life that is worthy and deserving of that beautiful, intimate part of your heart space. But who are they and how will you know it is safe to love them? If that sounds intriguing, my group threes, especially if the first part of your reading did resonate, the link to your extended reading is in the description box. That link will take you to my website, and that website page does host most of my extended readings. So please make sure you click on the right group and the right reading before you purchase it. Remember, your group 3 of the Your Next Intimate Encounter reading. Make sure you double check before purchasing. If you're an Amethyst Hermie member, you will automatically gain access to this reading as well as all the other extended readings from the last year as part of your membership. If you're someone that likes extended readings, I recommend you look into that membership. Otherwise, thank you so much, my group threes, for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. We covered a lot of big themes, so I hope that it was helpful. I hope it offered perspective and information, even if it just confirmed what you already know. Stay safe, look after your beautiful self, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye.